Hello, and welcome to a new episode of A Teacher's Journey. It's episode 16 with your host, Robert Corio Jr. I got the last episode number incorrect last week, so I wanted to make sure that I got it correct. So this is episode 16 of A Teacher's Journey with your host, Robert Corio Jr. Right now I'm recording this is a Thursday, July 2nd, and almost at the approaching 4th of July weekend, where it's going to be a little different compared to usual. By me, where I live, there isn't going to be much fireworks on 4th of July. Not many fireworks displays because of the coronavirus and social distancing and everything. So there isn't going to be much going on for 4th of July at night regarding fireworks. I think the only thing I've heard of are the New York City fireworks, which I know they've been doing it this week. I've heard by me in New York City, they've been shooting off the fireworks a couple days this week, and it's being recorded, so it'll be televised on the 4th of July, which is a Saturday for it. So, all right. So today I'm going to talk about a few things during some over the summer that it's going on. Number one, with school, our school's going to be coming back. School's going to be reopening. Also, some tutoring, what's going on in the tutoring world, and as myself as a tutor right now, working over the summer as a tutor, and and then talk about some other things that are going on that I've noticed. So first things first, at least in New Jersey, the governor in New Jersey says that they're planning to reopen the schools as long as the virus doesn't, the coronavirus doesn't like the numbers don't rise as regarding the coronavirus infections and everything. So that's their plan. That's what the plan is. I mean, there's really no confirm that they're going to actually reopen the schools. They're just putting out guidelines. They just put out some guidelines in order for schools to reopen again for this coming year. And being able to do that is what the plan is for schools to have a plan for when for if or when they reopen the schools for this coming school year. Um, Again, I don't know if it's gonna be if the school when the school is gonna reopen. I couldn't tell you that. I don't know how if we're gonna start out virtual learning again, or school's gonna be reopening, or then they're gonna do virtual learning. I really don't know. Um, for me, I'm 35 years old. I don't worry about health wise. I wear my mask. I wash my hands. I stay 6 feet apart. I do my part. And when I'm out, if I go to a store or any place indoors, I wear my mask. And then where I live now, they're requiring people to wear the mask even if you're outside, take walking. I was in New York City on Monday, and when I was walking around, I basically saw 99% of the people wearing masks. Everyone was wearing masks outside, whether they were going to walking around, some going for a run, going to some place. Some like people, like I saw someone wearing a suit and he had a mask on. Might have been going to work. I don't know. Or like people just walking around, going to doctor's appointments, had their mask on at the knock on the door, and basically for doctor's appointments. So, but for me, where I live, it's not like I don't. I mean, I see some people wearing their mask outside, but the majority of people where I live in New Jersey, I don't see people wearing masks outside unless you're required to. Now, where I live in my townhouse condominium development where I live, they're requiring people to wear masks outside, but the town itself hasn't done that yet. Hasn't required people to wear masks outside. except if you're going indoors, following the state guidelines of wearing a mask when you go indoors for anything. Like I had to go today and pick up my contact lenses that I ordered, so I had to wear a mask inside, and then some people were wearing masks outside, and some people weren't. So again, I think with the schools reopening, it's just gonna really depend. I think it's gonna be. It's hard for me to say whether they're gonna reopen or not. And again, I don't worry about it health wise because I feel like I'm in good health. So if I was told that I was able to go back to school, I was good to go back to school to teach, I'd be okay with it because for me personally, health wise, I'm pretty healthy. I have no conditions. Even if I got it, I feel like I would just have it for maybe a couple days and then it would be okay afterwards. But there are some people that have health underlying health conditions that are really concerned about going back, and I definitely understand that. So it's a hard thing to determine like when are we going to go back to school, what is it going to look like, are there going to be fewer children in a class, fewer class sizes, are they going to be where like some kids are going to go in the afternoon or that like in the morning, and then some kids are going to go in the afternoon, or some kids are going to go on certain days, and then I'm just curious. I mean, I just don't know what's going to look like because every state is going to be different about how they do it. I mean, some states are going to do it one way, and some states are going to do it another way. So it's hard for me to like determine that. If I was told to like again, if I was told to go back to school, I think I would go. Like I would be okay with going. Me personally, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I think it's just I for me, I don't have a concern health wise about it. It's just something I'm pretty my I have a good human I have a good immune system, and being able to do that is something I'm okay with. And even with the tutoring center I worked at, if I was told that I could start going inside and doing tutoring sessions from the center, I would do it. So that's just me. That's just something that I would do myself. Again, I can't speak for everyone. I don't know what's going to everyone, I'm curious to see what is it going to look like. I mean, how many people are going to go, how many people aren't going to go. Again, we'll just have to wait and see regarding, again, when the like schools start opening up, start again for September. Is it going to be indoors? Is it going to be virtually to start with, or is it going to be or are they gonna have it and then do virtual later on and do like it just depends. Also depends on the school. Like if you like a high school, middle school, it's hard to determine like that right now. So again, for me, if I was allowed by the state that I was able to go to school as a teacher and teach inside a classroom, I personally would do it. But again, that's just me. So I think that's one thing that's so okay. So I think there was also one other thing, another topic that I wanted to discuss are like what are people doing over the summer right now? Like what are people doing right now as teachers over the summer? Because I'm tutoring right now, and that's basically all I'm doing right now over the summer is tutoring, which is good. But again, I think I've noticed a lot of virtual tutoring, much more demand now for virtual tutoring than for like in-person tutoring right now. Again, I don't know if it's because people are just taking a little break from school because where everything, or people are just not comfortable yet going to the center and doing a tutoring session, or people going to be, or people just saying maybe this virtual is a little easier because I don't have to get up in order to go. I don't have to drive to a center. I can just go to my computer, sign in on Zoom, Google Meet, wherever, and then I'm on with the teacher, and I'm basically having a live one-on-one session with the teacher. And that's what I've noticed too. I'm like with the virtual session, I have my virtual meeting. I have it where I go on to it, and then basically I'll see the student that I'm working with on that day, and then I have everything set up already regarding books and the sign in and everything, and then logging the scores and writing my comments. So I think I said this before. I like doing the virtual sessions. I think the virtual sessions are pretty good. Again, I would be open to doing both. If I was asked if someone said to me, "Hey, Robert, can you do a virtual session or a in-person session?" I would do it. I would just I'd be open to it because I feel like again with if I was asked to go to the tutoring center which I work at and if they asked me to cut, or if if they wanted me to do virtual sessions, I do both. I mean, I'm open. Again, like regarding schools, I mean, I think I'd be open to both. If they ask me, Robert, can you do it virtually, or Robert, can you do it inside the classroom? I do both. I'm open. I don't worry about too much. I mean, I don't worry about it for me health wise, but I think what again, but this is what technology is right now. I mean, I think this is what I'm seeing from the coronavirus after all this is happening. Technology growing more, like doing less virtual schooling. I mean, that wasn't really a big case back, for back before all this started. No one was talking about doing virtual learning in class and for school. No one was talking about this. Now, I mean, we're all doing it. Now we're doing tutoring sessions virtually, and then even like food ordering now. Like, oh, okay, like before you would call and go, and now some places you got to order online, and then you order online and you go. Some people, and then there's areas where like New York City. I was in New York City Monday. I saw one of the groceries, Fresh Direct, or like where they were basically dropping off groceries for people. You were able to order your groceries or food online, and then they have and they have it and they drop it off at your place or your business, wherever you want it dropped off. That's where they do it. And then I did a free thing of Blue Apron. My cousin sent it over to me, and I'm gonna do a free thing for Blue Apron, and they're gonna just all these fresh ingredients. I have two meals that I have, and then they're gonna just deliver the ingredients and everything to my house. I mean, I don't have to go anywhere. Amazon. I mean, Amazon. How many people can say that have ordered something from Amazon during this time? I have. I've ordered. I ordered pancake mix. I've ordered biscuits, cookie biscuit mix, muffin mix. I've ordered golf gloves. I've ordered golf shorts. I've ordered various other things for myself, and it's just. I mean, it's easy. I just go online. Okay, go online. Okay, I want to order it. Okay, I have Amazon Prime. It comes within 2 days, and I get free shipping. I mean, again, it's just. I think this is what I think it's exposed more, like using more technology compared to what we've done before. I mean, I think a lot of people have used tech a lot are using more technology now, but I think this has accelerated it because we can just order and click. Okay, I can get up and do my virtual lesson, and I can just get up and then set my computer up, set everything up. Okay, don't have to drive somewhere. I mean, that's like I don't have to drive for my lesson. I can just like now with these virtual lessons I've been doing where like I just log in, I meet the kid, I'm meeting the kid online, I meet my student online, and that's it. That's all I do. And then also I work with and then for any type of meetings now, like okay, just all right, just log into the meeting. Okay, I have my camera on my laptop, and basically I'm seeing everyone. They're all seeing me, and I'm talking, and I have a microphone that I talk in, and it's basically the same thing that I've been doing. That it's like it being live. So I think again, I don't know if the virtual is going to be more compared to the in person when regards to tutoring. I'm curious to see. I mean, again, again, I'm always open to both. I always like to. I don't like to be one side or the other. I think again, if I was asked, Robert, can you come into the center one day, or and then another day you can do it virtually? Yeah, I do both. Why not? I mean, But I think I'm curious to see where this virtual is going to go. Is it going to be with more virtual sessions because of the fact that it's easier to get on, and again, you have to have a good internet connection too. So I mean, I don't want to say that it's perfect because I've had moments where the internet connection would just go off, or it's like you can't see the person, you can't like it's very it had lag to it. So like I've dealt with that myself. So sometimes you gotta be flexible in that sense. But I'm curious. I mean, is it going to be more of the virtual lessons, or more people going to be willing to go back? So I mean, I don't know what it's going to look like going forward with the tutoring. Is it going to be where it's going to be more virtual lesson, more demand for a virtual lesson, or is it going to be the same demand from virtual and in person, or is it going to be more in person compared to virtual? So I don't know, but I'm curious to see what that's like. So again, I think it's one of those things I just want. I think again we'll just have to see what's going on there and everything. So all right. So, again, last thing is with everything going on. I know there was some. I think in by where I live, there was a NG. There was some bill passed to help with teachers for getting lower costs insurance. I don't really know much about it. I really can't really state much about it, and it's something that I don't know like much about it. I think it sounds good. I mean, from what I've read, but I just don't know not much to talk about it at this time. So again, that's just where I stand. What else? Again, I think again it's the summertime. Right now it's the summertime. Professional development wise, I want to reread my the Teach Like a Champion book. I bought the book on audiobook, but I read it. I rented it. I rented the book from the library a couple years ago, and reading it. I found it to be a really good book, and that's a book that I want to read again, but I'm gonna do it audiobook style because I've been honestly listening to more books than actually reading them. That's just where for me that's where I've been at right now. So I mean I've been reading a lot, doing a lot more books on audiobooks compared to reading them. So it's a lot more personal development books, money books. Yeah, it's just good. I can just read it. I can just listen to it whenever I'm free. So I'm gonna be listening again to the Teach Like a Champion book just to get some more information, just to get some new ideas that I didn't listen to or read before, that I didn't comprehend before. Because a lot of times when you're reading a book, you have to reread it multiple times in order to get more information from the book. You might, if you read once, you might get a couple things, but when you're rereading it, you get more information, you get more use from the book. So again, I think that's just again, professional development wise, I'm not sure um, what type of events. I mean, I think there's gonna be a lot more Zoom events over the summer. Like a lot more people are gonna just have they're gonna have Zoom meetings where you just meet and someone gives a presentation, or you or like or there's gonna be like a lot more recordings where um I haven't done I did about maybe it was like a month or two ago, or like it was called edweb.net. There's like a ton of stuff there. I mean, it's a ton of like recordings there that you can watch, and then like if you once you watch it, you can take a quiz, and then I think you get like an 80% or above correct, you get a certificate saying that you completed it. Or you can watch it live, and if you watch it live, you just get a certificate the next day saying that you completed it. So I'm gonna see what like some EdWeb courses are good for me, because usually they're only an hour long. They're not like, I mean, some could be longer, but usually they're an hour. And you just watch it. You just watch the webinar that someone does, and then and then you get some and you learn something. So I found it to be useful and something I would like to do. I don't know how many hours I will do. I might do maybe a couple. I might do I again I don't know, but I definitely want to reread the Teach Like a Champions book, and then do some tutoring and do my podcast like we've been doing here. So again, that's really all I have right now. I mean, again, Fourth of July weekend's upon us. I'm looking forward to it, even though it's going to be different. There's not going to be many fireworks compared to last year, but again, going to make the best use out of it. Hopefully, the weather's nice. Maybe I'll go golfing. Maybe I'll go to the beach. I don't know. Just gotta see how things go. So, if you want to contribute to the episode, there's a link the link will be in the description. If you want to contribute, you may do that, and then if not, that's okay. Please like and subscribe on any of your platforms, and then that way you can get listeners. More likes and subscribers are always better. And if you feel like this is bringing value, definitely contribute. Anything that you contribute, which the link will be on the page. So thank you very much for listening once again, and I hope you all, and at least in the United States, have a good 4th of July weekend. All right, take care. Bye bye.